start with our warm-up round as always, a bit of mental maths. And the first thing we're going to do is some number sequences. And as you know, mental maths is always, we do that with the clock going so that we can get really, really flex those brain muscles. So the first question's already up. I'm going to tell you when to start. You do it there on your own in your book. You don't need to put it in the chat or anything. You can just do it there at home in your Watobe book, like I've said you need to get. It's a good idea to keep all your notes together. So I'm going to count to 3, and then you can start the first 2 questions. Continue these number sequences, 1, 2, 3, and off you go. You have 30 seconds. Okay, and stop. That is actually a minute because I could see on the cameras people were still busy thinking, so I gave you a bit more time to do that. Not a problem if you didn't finish. Remember, that's not the point of it. Just make sure that next time you try and do a little bit better. Okay, so feel free to put your answers in the chat. So for the first one, what are we doing? We are going up by 9s, right? We are counting in 9s. So after 45, that's right, Tara Jane, it's the 9 times table, or we're counting in 9s, we keep adding 9. Okay, so after 45, we are going to get 54. And then after 54, what is that? Put it in the chat, 63. And then after 63, it is 72. It's not question time yet, so please put your hand down. 72, 81. 81 and 9 is how much? It's 90. Good stuff. Well done, everybody. Then it's 99. And if we add another 9, what do we get at the very end? 108. Excellent. Okay. So you can give yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 marks there. It's okay if you mess up. Just try again next time. Okay, what do we do with the next pattern? So 775, and then we go to 750. So it looks like we are going down by 25s. So we're going down by 25, or we are counting backwards by 25. So what comes after 700 and we take away 25? What are we going to get? 675. Nice, guys. And then we take away another 25. And that's 650. And if you're awake, you'll notice that it's just going to keep doing that same thing, the pattern. You are just going to change the digits, the first digit. So if we take 25 away, so this, if you look at those 2 numbers, 650 and 750, so after that will be 625 and then 600, and then we'll start again with 575 and 550 and 525. Okay, and again, you can give yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well done. Excellent. You can brag in the chat if you got a mark that you're proud of. But remember, for those of you who are not getting 7 out of 7 or anything like that, just note what you get, and then next time you try and do better, because we'll do this every lesson. We'll do some mental maths every lesson. Okay, question time. Remember the rule, 5 seconds. You can unmute Ivy and tell us what your question is.
Ma'am, I cannot show up on the video call.
That's okay. Your video does not need to be on.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you.
Right, so next up, we're going to practice a bit of division. Right, guys, hands down. We're going to go on to our division sum. So be ready. We're going to do another minute and make sure that you are ready, steady, and start. Another minute. Do them there where you are. And we'll check them afterwards. You can go down like that or across, doesn't matter. Any order you want. You can even jump around if you want, it doesn't matter. And stop. Okay. Wow, some people got it all done. Well done, guys. Okay. Let's go down. 12 divided by 6, that's 2. 72 divided by 6, who's got that one? 72 divided by 6. How many times does 6 go into 72? So remember, if you struggle, then you can say, okay, I know 6 goes into 60 6 times, and then there's another 12. Okay, good stuff. 28 divided by 7 is 4. 84 divided by 7 is 12. 42 divided by 6 is 7. 54 divided by 6 is how much? How much is 54 divided by 6? That's 9. User, if you want us to know your name, let us know and we can change your name to your actual name. 42 divided by 6 is 7. 70 divided by 7 is 10. 7 divided by itself is 1. 77 divided by 7 is 11. And well done, Esther. 30 divided by 6 is 5. 24 divided by 6 is 4. 56 divided by 7 is 8. 63 divided by 7 is 9. And 21 divided by 7 is 3. Okay, so we've got 5, 10, 15. You can give yourself a mark out of 15. But if you didn't get through all of them, give yourself a mark out of however many you did. Okay, so if you only did 10, then and you got 5 right, then give yourself 5 out of 10. Okay, so keep a note of that, and next time try and do a little bit better. Okay, question time. Brianna, quick before we move on. Brianna, you can unmute.
Ma'am, what if we don't know the division table of 6 and 7, ma'am?
Then you must learn it, definitely. Okay.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
must take your textbook. I'm sure it will have that in, or you can look for an app online and you can learn it from there, or ask your teacher. Okay, your teacher should be able to help you as well.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, okay, next up, and that's our last hand, Anisu. You're going to be the last one. Next one is Utsepagetse. Unmute and ask your question. Utsepagetse, it's your turn to ask your question.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask about last week's quiz, ma'am. When are you going to announce the winners?
Okay, we'll do that on Wednesday. All right. Okay, next is Anesu. Anesu, you can unmute.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask how do you make division so easy for you to work it out?
You got to know, first you must know your multiplication facts. So all your tables basically, and because all division is multiplication going backwards. So if you understand your multiplication, then your division will get a little bit easier. Okay, so practice your multiplication tables. But you mustn't just learn them like 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 5 is 10. You mustn't learn them like that. You must learn them all over the place, like 2 times 3, 5 times 10, 9 times 7, like that. Okay, right. So today we're just going to catch up because last week we missed out on some time because of load shedding. I had load shedding, so we couldn't quite get to the addition and subtraction. So we're going to do it now. Angel and everyone else, please don't put answers in the chat until I ask for it. So here's the question. We give everyone a chance to do it first before we just put answers in the chat. Okay, so here we've got Sean has 72,000 Rand. He buys a car for 38,500. How much money does he have left? Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do it there where you are, in any way that you like, any way that you've been taught, any way that you've been shown by your teacher or anything. Anyway, no calculator, by the way, okay? Your calculator is not going to help you learn maths. Your calculator is just there to punch numbers into. So Clinton, also everyone else, I haven't asked for the answer yet. Listen what I'm asking. I'm asking you to work it out where you are. We are not putting answers down yet. We will do it in about 2 minutes time. Right, so at about 20 past, I am going to want to hear from some people how they have worked it out. If you are burning to put your answer down, then think about how you would explain to me how you got it. Okay. Okay, 20 past, we'll reconvene. But for now, you are working out this problem. No need to put in the chat when you are done. I remind you again, only raise your hand when it's question time. Okay, it's not question time yet. Just work on the problem on your own for another minute. Okay, so time is up. And I want someone to put up their hand and tell me how they did it. Okay, so Calvin was first. Let's hear from Calvin. How did you approach this? How did you do this?
Ma'am, I used a method that my school gives me, and I subtracted all from right to the left to get my answer. My answer was 43. It was 3,400 and 400. That was my answer.
Okay, so you say you subtract left to right. So how does that work? Can you explain it to me?
No, I said right to left, ma'am. Sorry.
Yes, right to left. Oh, right to left. Okay, so how does that work?
I first subtract the zeros, and then I get to my 5, and then I make, since I can see that on the other side, on 2,000, since within 8,000, I will put the 4 aside and subtract the 4 to make it, subtract the 500 to make it a 4, and I put 1 to the 12 to the 2 that it can be even, and then I subtract to the 2,000. Then I finish off, and then I finish it off.
Okay, let's hear from someone else how they did it. Ethan, let me hear from you. How did you do it?
How I did it was I subtracted the 30,000 from the 72, and then I took the 8,000 afterwards.
Okay, so when you took the 72,000 minus 30,000, what did you get?
Then I got 40.
So 72 minus 30, let's think about this together, that's 42,000. Okay, and then
I took the 8 away, the 8,000.
Okay, the 8,000, and how much did you get?
Then I got 34,000.
Okay, so let's think about this together. So the 8,000, if we subtract 8 from 42, yes, I agree, we get 34,000. And then what you had left was the 500. And
yes,
that gave you 33,500. Okay, very nice. Okay, so good stuff. So you broke this number up. You broke the 38,500 up into 30,000 and 8,000 and 500. Okay, I like that plan. Let's hear one more plan, and I think the next person's hand that was up is Awande Maduna. Awande Maduna?
Yes, ma'am. I did it as the first person who said it. I didn't break the number up. So I just subtracted it as the way it is.
Okay. So you also broke the number up. Okay. Let's hear one more then. Tiara, can you tell us if you did something different? Tiara, you're on unmute, you can speak. Okay. Well done, everybody, for putting your hand up and wanting to answer. That was, I think there were 2 ways there of how to do it. There are some other ways. Maybe you're sitting there and you are saying you've got some other ways to do it. That's okay. So here's the way that those people did it. There are this way as well, where you actually go from the 38,000, you go up, you go to you add 500, that gives you 39. So basically you fill it up and you count on until you get to 72. So that was another way. M. Govender, yes, you could have done the column method as well. Those are all, so the borrowing probably comes in with the column method. Okay, so some of you did column method, and if it worked for you, you did it right with the 33,500, but then you had to know how to borrow. Okay, Matthew, you can also change your name, M. Governor, to Matthew if you want to on your Zoom, eh? And yeah, so that's another way that we can do it. We can fill up until we get to 72. Yeah, Sarah, so vertical method is the same as the column method. Okay, so which method is better? It totally depends on you, which method you want to use, okay? I think, for instance, that I like this one, and sometimes I do this one where you add on until you get to the 72. I like that one. Maybe you like the column method. Maybe you like this one where you break up the numbers. It's up to you which one you use, as long as you understand it and you use it correctly. Okay, so we're going to do a few more, and I'm putting them up there. Question 2, and you can start with those. We're going to work on our own for about 3 minutes. No rush. It's about accuracy, okay? I want you to get these right instead of trying to rush. So just work for 3 minutes, and then we'll see how far you get, and then we'll check answers. Okay, I'm going to take a short question round. So you can raise your hand now if you have a question about adding and subtracting, okay? Not about audio or about other stuff, just about the sums. Right, Mzwandile, you have a question. Go for it. Everyone else, you are working.
Can you please move your mouse?
Sorry?
Can you please move your mouse?
Move my mouse. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Brianna, you have asked a question today. I'm going to give someone else a chance. Mpho, you next.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
Yes, I hear you.
Ma'am, I used another method and my answer was 53500.
Oh, okay. So which method did you use?
I used the one for subtracting, usually by when you're classing. The one for the number on top of each other.
Oh, so you subtracted using the column method. So did you do 72,000 minus, what was it, 38,500? That's why I'm not such a big fan of this method, because it doesn't always work. But let's see if you did do it. So we'll start from right to left. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 and 0, 0. Lots of zeros. And then now you've got 0 minus 5. So you have to borrow. So you borrow a 1 from the 2 and you make this a 10. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 1 minus 8 also can't work, so you borrow from the 7, that's a 6. And then 11 minus 8 is 3, and 6 minus 3 is 3. So it might have gone wrong with your borrowing. I think maybe when you borrowed here, because you said it's a 5, so I'm not sure.
Ma'am, I got the problem now. Ma'am,
Okay.
I got the problem. I put it, on top of 7, I put 8, not in the first.
Okay, so you copy down. Okay. Who's next? Ishmael. I'm going to take one more question and then we're going to check how far everyone got with question 2. Ishmael?
Ma'am.
Yes, I hear you.
I've got a question here.
I want to ask that the thingy. I said 0 minus 0, it's 0, and then 0 minus 9, it's 9, and then like the next number is 6 minus 8, so I can't minus 6 minus 8 because the 6 is smaller than the 8, so I think that I have to borrow, so I borrowed, and then I turned the 7 into 6, and then I put the 1, so the number is 16, so I want to get that right, that is it supposed to be 16, or minus, say that 6 minus 8 minus, and then I must minus another number with the one on top, or like must I join the number and say that it's 16 and minus 8?
You see, so if you borrow from the 7, that becomes a 6, and then the 6 you put the 1, so it becomes a 16.
Okay, so okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. That's all the questions we have time for. We are going to start going through everything now. So just give me a thumbs up if you are done with question 2A. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're done with question 2A.
There's about 18 in the reactions, 23 now.
There's quite a few in the chat. Okay, so you might have done it with the column method. You might have broken up the numbers. That is what I do. I like to break up the numbers, or I add on. So for this one, this first one, the answer is 7710. I did it by filling up and counting on until I got to 17,600. Okay, this is a method some of you might know. If you don't know it, you're welcome to try it. It's very nice. It works very quick. So we say to fill up the 9890 to 10,000, because I need to get to 17,600 from 9,890. So first I go to 10,000, and then once I'm at 10,000 is easy. It's only 7,600 that I need to add. So in total, I've added 7,600 and 110. Put it all together, and that's your answer. Okay. If you've done question B, that one is here as well. So 85,000 minus 64,900. 64,900. So what I do, I break, in this one, I broke the number up. I said I'm first going to subtract 64,000 because round numbers are easy to work with. So I subtract 64,000. That gives me 21,000. But don't forget about the 900 that you still have left over that you need to subtract. So then you go 21,000 minus 900. Take away 900 from 21,000, you get 20,100. Okay. Did anyone do question C? Put a thumbs up in the chat if you did question C. Okay, I'm going to put both answers to D and C up so you can take a quick screenshot, and if you haven't done them, you can go and do them at home after the lesson, and if you have done them, you can mark them. Okay, and then we're going to go on to a bit of multiplication. Guys, if you are here and you are busy DMing with people in the chat, you're really just, I don't get that. If you ever a maths lesson, why are you becoming distracted? And your parents are paying for this, so you need to focus. That shows maturity. if you take your studies seriously and you focus in the lesson and you don't let other things distract you. Okay, that's it. We are going to move on. I've given you some time to take a screenshot and to mark your work. Okay. Okay, so Asingile, I did it by breaking, which way did I do it? Oh, I counted on. So I took the 1649 and I said, how much do I need to get to 3263? So from 1649 to 3263, how much do I need? So I started filling up until I got to 3263. So some of you might have been taught this way. If you haven't been taught this way, it's a really nice way as well, because you keep just working with round numbers and you don't need to worry about borrowing that's messing up and stuff like that. So all you have to do is go, okay, so to get to the next round number after 1649, you add 151. That gives you 1800. Now to get to, from there, you want to get to 3200. So to get to 3200, you add another 1500. And that's just why I like doing this way, because you work with round numbers. And then all you have left to do is to add another 63. So in total, then you check. I had 151 plus 1500 plus 63, and that gave me 1714. Okay, so if this method confused you and you did column method, also fine, as long as you got to that answer of 1714. Okay, right, we are going to move on. We are a little bit short of time, so we're going to start with our multiplication. So everyone, hands down. It's not question time yet. Put your hands down. It's okay if you don't understand that different method. If you didn't learn it, it's absolutely fine. If you did it another way, as long as you got that answer at the end. No, C is not wrong. Siamutabiso. But I will check it just in case. But for now, we're going to move on. So how do we multiply these numbers together? And we're going to start here, because being able to work just with these whole numbers that are like 50, 400, etc. How can we do it? So someone's already, again, too soon, Vayo, too soon. I haven't asked for an answer yet. So I want to know, how do we get this answer? Now you can put your hand up and tell me what the answer is for 50 times 400 and how you got it. Okay, Otsepachetse, you can unmute and tell me.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, the answer is 20,000. I got to 20,000 by saying 50 times 400. Then I'm gonna close my zeros and say 5 times 4, which is 20, and add back my zeros.
Okay, so you go 5 and 4. That gives me 20. And then you just add, how many zeros did you put at the end? 1, 2, 3, because there's 3 in the question. So that gives us that. Okay, I want you guys to learn this way. It is the quickest way. If you're going to do a vertical method here and stuff, there's too many zeros, you're going to get so confused. So look again how we do it. We say 5 times 4, that's 20, and then we just add the zeros. How many zeros do we add? We add 1, 2, 3, because there's 3 zeros in the question that was asked. Okay. Let's go to this first one. 30 times 60. Put your answer in the chat. Doing it this way, how do you get, what is 30 times 60? Hands down, everyone. It's not question time yet. Everyone should do it quickly. Some are changing their minds. Yes, that's better. There's 2 zeros in the question, so your answer must have those 2 zeros as well. So we go 3 and 6. 3 times 6 is 18. And then there's 1, 2 zeros, so it's 1,800. Okay, good stuff. Next one, 50 times 30. Put your answer in the chat. If you didn't get it right the first time, try again. $1,500. We go 5 times 30 is 15. Sorry, 5 times 3 is 15. And we have 2 zeros, so we just tag those zeros on and it's done. Quick, quick. Okay, and now we go, next one, put your answer in the chat. Watch how many zeros you got. Now there's too many, I think. Question 3. There we go. We go 4 times 6 is 24. And how many zeros do I need to add at the end? 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be 24,000. Okay. I think now that you're in grade 7, I'm sure that you are able, you are allowed to do it this way. Okay, question 4. Let's go. 70 times 800. 7 times 8 gives me 56. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 56,000. Good stuff. Okay, and I'm going to be quiet now. Do up to 9 on your own. Don't put it in the chat. Just do them there where you are on your own for the next minute or so. I'll take these 2 questions while everyone works up to 9. Nkosinati, you can unmute. Nkosinati, you can unmute and ask your question. You've got 5 seconds. Then I'm moving on. Okay, sorry, Nkosinati, must be quick if you have a question. Dimple, you next. Ask your question. You must unmute. Yeah.
I have a question. I don't understand. Yes. Question number 7.
7.
Yes.
Okay, so just do them like the other ones. Times the 4 and the 5, and then add the zeros.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One more from Simo.
I have a question about addition and subtraction.
Okay, let's keep that one till the end, then we can go back to it. And last one, Piwo. So Simo, just at the end, you can put your hand back up. Piwo, yes?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am. At school, we're not allowed to do this method. We have to use the color method. Otherwise, in an exam, we're gonna lose marks.
Okay, well, then you do the color method if that's what your teacher wants.
Thank you.
Okay. Right, everybody, thanks for your questions. Let's put answers in the chat for question 5. 8 times 9 is 72, and we need 2 zeros. It's 7,200. 2 times 11 is 22, and we've got 2 zeros, so it's 2,200. Guys, 2 times 11 is 22, not 23. We really need to practice our times tables. 4 times 5 we've had before already in our first example. That's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So that's 200,000. No, it's not so many zeros. You're adding too many, Vile. Okay, and then 100 times 100. Who knows what that is? 1 times 1 is just going to be 1. And then there's 4 zeros. So that's 10,000. Nice. And last one, 4 times 12 is 48. And we've got 2 zeros. It's 4,800. Okay, cool. So it's important that you can do this. If you do it column method, that's fine. It takes so much longer. But if you can do it like this in your head, practice that. That'll be good for you. And let's go to this next question. Okay, so now we're going to turn it up a bit, right? And we're going to actually multiply some numbers together that doesn't always have zeros at the end. Okay, hands down, it's not question time. Let's have a look here at this next question. So I know you guys know column method, but there are other ways to do it, okay? Column method is one way. I want you to learn some other ways as well that are actually much quicker. So if we look at this first example, and we're not going to use calculators. Don't even bring your calculator to Watobe. We are not using calculators. We're using the best calculator that we were born with. Okay, so 30 times 53. Like I say, I know some of you do this and then you multiply. That's fine. Let's learn something new today. Maybe you guys already know this way as well. So instead of doing this, we take the 53 and we break it up into a 50 and a 3. And we're going to say, let's multiply the 30 with the 50 and the 30 with the 3 and put it together. So if I multiply 30 with 50, this first one here, what did we just do? We said 3 times 5 is 15, and we added 2 zeros. And then here, 30 times 3, so that's 3 lots of 30. So it's 30 plus another 30 is 90. And then we put it all together. 1,500 plus 90 is 1,590. Okay. Put a thumbs up in the chat if you're good with that. If you understood that plan. We break the numbers up. Okay. I'm going to take 1 or 2 questions. How did we get 30? Because 30 times 3. Okay, let's do another one. So here we have 16 times 60. Write that one down. 16 times 60. Now we're going to break up 16. We can break up 16 into 10 and 6. And we're going to say 10 times 60 first. And then we're going to say 6 times 60. And once we've worked it all out, we're going to add it together. Yeah, if you just listen and understand, just listen, then you'll understand. Okay, so what is 10 times 60? That is 600. We just did that. 1 times 6 is 6, and we add the 2 zeros. And then 6 times 60, so 6 times 6 is 36, and then we add another 0. And put the 600 and the 360 together, that's 960. Okay, right, I'm going to take 1 or 2 questions. Everyone else, if you're happy with that, let's carry on. Let's do 5. See if you can do question 5 using this way. It's much quicker than column method. And it is a different way that you can learn to actually work with these numbers. Right, Poppy, you are first. You can unmute and ask a question. Poppy, if you don't unmute and ask your question, I'm moving on. Okay, you're unmuted. Ask your question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next. Zanukukhle.
Ma'am, I don't understand number 3.
But we're not doing number 3, we're doing number 5.
Oh, ma'am, I think I'm behind.
Okay, so we did 1 and 2, and then we went to number 5. So I want you to try 5 now.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right, okay. Who's next? Mpo. Mpo?
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, on number 5, it says that I must do 20 times 3 plus is it 9 or 90 times 9?
So it's 99. So here you need to break the numbers up. You can break up the you need to break them up in a way so that they are easier to work with. That's basically what it comes down to. So for instance, the 20, we can say 20, we can break up the 20 and a 20 and a 3. And then multiply the 20 and the 3 with the 99. Okay. You can do it that way. Right. Guys,
Okay.
You can take a screenshot. We are out of time, so we will carry on again on Wednesday with this, and then also start a bit of division. So don't stress. We will carry on with this, and in the meantime, you can also go and try it at home. Okay, after the lesson, if you take a screenshot. So did anyone get an answer for 5? And remember, if you really don't want to learn this way, you can stick to the column method, but I promise you this is easier.